with Nightmares on Wax. He just walked off stage on the main stage. He's not asleep. It's all good. How you doing? How was your set today?
It was great. I love the way that everybody gravitated towards the area. It was wonderful. First time here in Croatia. Feeling the vibes.
First time in Croatia.
First time in
completely.
Croatia. I don't know why I've got these sunglasses on. I can't see it. First time in Croatia.
Yeah.
No, it's been great so far. I'm here for a couple of days as well, so I'm getting a chance to hang out.
Yeah, just chill a little bit.
Check out Barbarella's and all that stuff tonight. So, but no, what a wonderful experience. We're all buzzing. Everybody's laughing and joking at dinner, and that's a good sign.
Yeah. And wicked friendly festival as well. You feel comfortable here and like.
Yeah, it's more of a community spirit, right?
Yeah,
which is I'm all about that. So, no VIP bullshit. Cool. Champagne tables and all that, even though we are drinking some champagne.
I've got to have a little bit of it there somewhere.
I've got champagne but I don't have a table. Does that count?
That's fine, that's all good. So you're originally from Leeds, right?
I am, yeah.
Is that where your whole career started, or what was the deal?
I'm born and bred capital of Yorkshire, Leeds.
Yeah.
From a very small place but very, very influential place called Hyde Park, LS6.
Okay.
Pretty known as Studentville right now. It was quite studenty when I grew up there, but in that area there was a lot of reggae sound systems and stuff like that when I grew up. So, and a lot of b-boying and hip hop and stuff like that. So that LS6 has got a lot to say. Or I've got a lot to say for LS6, should I say?
Okay, so in terms of like what inspired you and stuff like that, was that kind of?
Always a competitive thing in my neighbourhood, but it was in a good way, in a good spirit. Do you know, like if it was a reggae sound system, it was always about being the biggest and the best.
Yeah.
But there was never any. It's more bravado than ego. Do you know what I mean? But it was fun. Do you know what I mean? And I was brought up around that. Anything that was bigger or better or boastful was good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's never anything negative or angry about that. So that kind of give me, I believe, the drive, because I was brought up in a scene where we all had different crews. So, and I was part of a crew called ICL, Inner City Life. I was also part of a breakdance crew in Bradford called Solar City Rockers. So, in the breakdancing part of it, I was into battling and competing and all that sort of stuff. So I did that.
So you used to do breakdancing as well?
Yeah.
Was that kind of like, was that alongside your music, or was that kind of a bit separate, or?
They both came hand in hand, really.
Yeah.
Obviously, the whole hip hop really got hold of me in 1982.
Yeah.
I saw a music video called Buffalo Girls by Malcolm McLaren.
Okay.
And the next morning, after seeing that on Top of the Pops, everybody were popping and breaking in the playground, and that was it. From that moment on, my life changed. And then obviously, because I was related to sound systems and DJing on that side, then there was another side of DJing that was in hip hop, and that made my curiosity even greater. So I kind of, with MC'd and DJing, it was already there in the reggae sound systems. But then when hip hop came, it was like it gave the street a voice. It was another thing. So. That's kind of my foundations, really.
Cool. And what about the name Nightmares on Wax? Where did that come from?
Well, basically, a guy who I actually I met 2 weeks ago that I've not seen for 28 years. A guy called John Halnon. He was like the first person that I knew with two turntables. Okay. And I was introduced to him through a friend. Yeah. And I was like, I've got to meet this guy. He's got two turntables. That was like a big thing. And we ended up doing some mixtapes. Like, we used to do these mega mixes, and he came from more of a new wave and sort of goth, and he had a bit of hip hop and a bit of electro. I came from more of a soul, hip hop, reggae background, so we used to do these mega mixes together. Yeah. And he made a quote one day of like saying, "Wow, God, it sounds like a nightmare." And I said, "Yeah, on Wax." And he was like, "We should call ourselves that." And Wax, obviously, to us meant vinyl. So we called the mixtapes that, and we did these mixtapes only for about 18 months. Yeah. And then John took off to do what he did. And then I joined a crew called Unique 3 in Bradford. And then I kind of left them, and then a guy called Kevin Harper, Boy Wonder from Bradford, left them and joined me, and I said, why don't we set up as Nightmares on Wax? And then we did. That was in like 1986. Yeah. But Nightmares on Wax, actually, the name was born at the end of 84, beginning of 85.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, so...
I don't look old enough, so no. Sounds like I'm lying, doesn't it?
I'm lying.
It looks like I'm lying.
So, like, obviously, with that's many years' experience, you must have loads of embarrassing stories. Can you tell us one?
Yeah, but you don't remember them.
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember them, just remember the good times.
Okay, what about, so we've heard a story from a promoter that you got booked in Birmingham in the Old Crown, and it was something involving a cleaning cupboard and sleeping in a cupboard.
I don't think I slept. I definitely didn't sleep. But actually, no, they booked us into... Actually, I'm remembering now. We're talking about Adam, right? Adam Regan. Yeah. This tight-ass promoter from Birmingham.
What? Adam, don't listen.
Adam, do listen. You need to get your wallet out. Now, basically, they booked me and my friend in this. This still happens today. People make out they book you in a hotel, and then next thing you know, it's a B&B, and they say it's 4-star as well. So, but basically, we were in the broom cupboard with a bed in it.
Is there any brooms in it?
That's all that was in it. Brooms and like ironing boards with no irons.
You should have taken one, like, you know, you go to a hotel and you like take the pen on the desk. You should have just like taken the broom.
Right, take a towel, take a dressing gown.
TV, picture on the wall.
That's normal. It's just like what I like is when you get out of the hotel and the maid's trolley's outside, and she's in the room, and you're like, right, I'm having all the coffee, I'm having the tissues, everything. That's my trick.
So back to garden. If this was on next year, it kind of is with Love International.
Yeah.
As a festival as a whole, you enjoying it then? Yeah, like it's something you'd want to come back to.
You know what? I had people for years saying to me, "Oh, wow, you've never been to Garden Festival. You've never been to Croatia." And I was just like, "No," and they were like, "Man, it's so suited for you." Do you know what I mean? And I agree, really, because it's just like. It's all about vibes. It reminds me a little bit of Southport Weekender. Okay. Yeah, Southport Weekender was obviously the last one was this year, but that was legendary for this kind of vibe. Obviously, it's a little bit warmer here. Do you know what I mean? But that's what it reminds me of. It's like everybody's here for music. Yeah. It's not about. Well, in my eyes, it's not about fashion. I'm not saying that nobody's got any style here.
I know what you mean. Like we were at Hideout last week, and it was very much the opposite of what this is. And It's really nice to be around here, and it's just a lot more chilled and. You know,
it's kind of like, not that I've forgotten, but it kind of reminds you why you went out in the first place,
100%.
Why you dance in the first place, why music is great in the first place, and that's because it's fun, and that surely has to be the underlying foundation to anything you do when you're going out. Do you know what I mean? It's just that sometimes you go out to some places and everybody takes themselves too seriously, including the DJ, and you know what I mean? It's just a little bit. I want to say it's a little bit too masculine for my liking. Right. No girls, no party. Simple as that.
There you go.
It's true. Do you know what I mean? You need that female energy, and if you get the balance right, you get a great party like you've got here.
Okay, cool. And just to finish it off on, I've got a little question for you. How many times can you say, I'm going to say this wrong now, red lorry, yellow lorry, really fast? Ready?
You want me to tell you before I say it?
No, I want you to just go, and I'm going to count. Okay, ready, steady, go.
Red lorry, red lorry, red lorry.
That was one. You got red lorry. That was rubbish. That was actually rubbish. Okay, you got another chance. Are we sitting up? Have some champagne.
My mouth is dry.
Okay, this is the last chance, so come on.
Okay.
You can do it. You can do it. You can get 3. I'm going for 3. Okay. Right. Ready, steady, go.
Red lorry, red lorry.
One more. Come on. One more.
1, 2, 3. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
You need to practice and come back. Well, thank you for your time. I hope you have a really good week. Thank you very much. Mwah.
Yo. This is me, DJ Ease, representing Nightmares and Wax, and you're watching Croatia Wave TV. Ciao.